Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Psychosin's Top 10, and today I'm going to be going through a kind of video, a kind of update every few months really, or at least once a year I'm going to do this, and that is the top 10 underground stroke unsigned bands that I feel you guys need to hear, because there's a lot of bands out there, especially here in the UK, that a lot of people are just sort of not hearing about because obviously they're not signed, they're not getting the promotion anywhere else. And if you don't check them out, like know the name, you can't search them on YouTube or indeed on Facebook. Now these are predominantly UK bands in this list, but not all of them are from the UK. I've got a Texan band in there as well. So without any further ado, let's get into this. In at number 10 is Sisters of Suffocation. Now, this is a band I only discovered earlier this year, and holy hell am I glad that I did. They're a four-piece death metal band with raging riffs, deep growling vocals, and some of the best slamming musical extremity I have heard in a while. This is right up there with the newest Anal Nathrak album and the latest Mutation album. Both of those albums I can also fully recommend. But yeah, this is a band you definitely need to check out. Keep an eye on these ladies because I feel they're just going to get better and better over time. Recommended tracks for this band if you want to check them out. They've both got music videos, so you can check them out on YouTube. Are Brutal Queen and I believe it's pronounced Phobophobia. Go check them out, guys. In at number 9, I've got Oceans Aside. Do you remember when post-hardcore hadn't been tainted by the term emo and was worth a damn? When bands like the truly awesome Glassjaw ruled the discerning music lovers' MP3 player and indeed CD player. Thankfully, it's been claimed back to being awesome thanks to bands like Beartooth and Southend's very own Oceans Aside. Now, before I go any further, I have to say that sadly, Oceans Aside are no longer together, which is a great loss to the Southend scene, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to recommend them to you guys. Led by the frontman Mark Vincent, who live was a ball of emotional, angry energy. This is a band that helped reclaim post-hardcore for me as a viable genre in metal. They reclaimed this when so many other bands in the genre have been releasing average to pretty terrible albums for me personally. They released their awesome debut album, which sadly so far is their only album, called Tidal Rage. That came out last year in February of 2016, and it was so goddamn good it made it into my top albums of 2016 list. Go check the band out. They're on Facebook. I believe the whole album's actually up on YouTube for you to hear the whole thing for free as well. The drummer Michael is now in a hardcore punk band called Penis Jesus. They've currently got no music, but as soon as they do, I will let you guys know. But keep an eye on them, give them your support on Facebook. The Facebook page is already up. As for Mark himself, he's been doing guest vocal spots with other bands, but I'm really hoping he finds the time and the want to start another band, because he really was one of the best sort of frontmen I'd seen in the Southend scene, and I want to see him back ruling the stages of Southend and London, and hopefully the world if his next band can be actually noticed by some record labels. If you want some recommended tracks, you haven't got time to listen to the entire album, then I'll say Little Black Teeth, or the song that they actually made a music video for, called Corruption Blue. In at number 8 is the Battle. Well said, all these bands weren't from the UK, and indeed here is one of those bands. They are One Eyed Doll in at number 8, and they are a two-piece Texan rock band that have been going for a few years now, and have just the two members, as I said, Junior on drums and Kimberly Freeman. Sometimes they do have a third person live, but generally it's the core of those two people. The vocals and the guitar playing from the frontwoman Kimberly are absolutely superb, and this is a band who are okay with singing about very serious, emotional and personal subjects, but also more than happy to have a bit of fun and take the piss out of themselves. And for an example of this, I did do an interview with them a few years ago. It's on this channel. Go search it out in the interviews playlist. Honestly, one of the funniest interviews I've ever done. Their band is unique as their name. They definitely deserve all the success they can get, and hopefully, I'm really hoping for this, they can get signed and we can finally get a UK tour from these guys. Anyway, if you want a couple of recommended tracks to check the band out, I'd say Be My Friend, Committed, You're a Vampire, or Fight. At number 7, a Sugar Plum Suicide. What happens when you're a couple with a love for goth music and indeed the Birthday Massacre? You form a band, of course you do. Sugar Plum Suicide are one of many bands featuring vocalist Kerry and guitarist Colin. Both of them are also in other bands as well. Colin himself is in about 2,070,000,070, possibly 71 by the time I finish that sentence, including Job Seekers, which if you like a bit of grunge, go check them out as well. Musically, this is a collision of driving riffs, gothic keyboards and Kerry incredible vocals that help to tie it all together into a unique sound that everyone needs to hear. Why this band have not been signed yet, I do not know. Hopefully a label will hear this or see us or find the band themselves and we can get them maybe supporting the Birthday Massacre on their upcoming UK tour. The band themselves are from Ireland as well, but yeah, go check them out. If you want a couple of tracks to give them a listen, if I've tickled your fancy with my description of them, check out the tracks Rabbit Hole, Somniphobia, or their cover of Fleetwood Mac's Little Lies. All of them are on YouTube. In at number 6, Southend Dance Metal. Yes, I am of course talking about the one and only Killer Tricks. Now, if you've been watching this channel for a few years, you will know that I've been a fan and supporting this band since they blew me away at a local gig. Funny enough, at a gig that was a venue called Chinnery's, just down the road. I think I was supporting another band at the time. Fronted by the incredibly energetic and bouncy Cindy, Killer Tricks may well become one of your favourite new bands. With a fresh collision of electronic dance music and riffs that comfortably fit together in every song without one side or the other dominating the songs themselves. Killer Tricks is a band that actually starting to get the attention they deserve. There's nothing wrong with still shining a spotlight on them in case you guys still haven't heard of them yet. Last year they released their debut full-length album called KLTRX, which I did review and I kept pronouncing that as Killer Tricks because the band have an aversion to vowels apparently in their album titles. This is a band you want to check out now before they get signed and their popularity absolutely explodes. If you want a couple of recommended tracks, check out Supersonic and Morning Star. In at number 5 are the Screechbats. This is a band featuring members of Hearts Under Fire who may be also on this list later on. This is a more punkier side to those members' musical canon, as it were. Having released their debut EP last year, which was absolutely awesome, again you can see the review on this channel. If you find that Hearts Under Fire themselves are maybe a little bit too soft for your tastes and want something with a more razor blade and a punky edge, then Screechbats may very well be the band for you. If you want to check them out, check out the track Pathological. At number 4 are the Headstone Horrors, horror themed punk from Nottingham. If that hasn't got you interested already, what's wrong with you? Seriously though, these guys are awesome, making anthemic, catchy punk tunes that lyrically are generally based in the world of B-movie horrors. If you're like me and you like your kind of horror films and maybe have a bit of a thing where you've been really enjoying Wednesday 13 solo stuff, no idea why I said it like that, or if you're a fan of say the Murder Doll stuff, then I think you're going to like Headstone Horrors. Not rock, they're definitely more punk than anything else. They released their debut album Tales from the Murder House last year. You should definitely go check that out. Recommended tracks for me, Frankenstein's Girl, which I've probably played to death now on my radio show, and Like the Morgue. At number 3 are Forged in Black. Pure fucking metal. This is the sound of heavy metal in its purest, heaviest form, circa 2017, with incredible riffs courtesy of guitarist Andy Songhurst and the stunning vocal ability of Stoz, their frontman. Forged in Black are the band you need to hear if you miss the days of when metal was packed full of riffs along with screaming Judas Priest style vocals while keeping things heavy with a dose of thrash. These guys are the future of UK heavy metal. They are gearing up to release their new EP very soon indeed. Go check them out. If you want to give them a taster and give them a listen, if I've got your interest, the tracks I recommend are Exodus and Accusations of the Innocent. at number 2 is something a bit different here. Pretty Addicted. Now, generally, I'm seen as a rock and metal guy, which I'm fine with that, you know, that is generally what I listen to. However, I am also a huge fan of electronic music, if I could help say the word properly, and enjoy a fair few EBM, industrial, and what's also termed as cybergoth bands, such as the Poptigma Berserk and Frontline Assembly. Now, this is where Pretty Addicted fit in, led by frontperson the in-your-face and absolutely incredible Vicious Precious Barden. Pretty Addicted are what happens if Atari Teenage Riot were brought up on a diet of Marilyn Manson, 90s style rave, The Prodigy, The Orb, and brought in lyrics about horror movies, self-love and ego. Intelligent lyrics sung above thumping dance beats and bass that will not only make you realise how many anthems you're missing out on, but also make you dance like a twat. If you want to go check out the tracks Mania and Piggy. Hopefully you'll enjoy. In at number 1, regular viewers of this channel will know I've mentioned this band so many times on these lists, and indeed when speaking about other things as well. I am of course talking about Hearts Under Fire. Now, I've spoken about this band many times in the past. Indeed, as I said, they have been on several of my top 10 lists. But it amazes me that such an immensely talented band with such incredibly strong songwriting and commercial viability are still being ignored and not picked up by a label. Honestly, if I had my label going, I would sign them. I would get these girls out there, and you know, I could have one of the biggest bands in the world on my hands right now. That's how much my confidence in this band are. Now, if you've not heard them, to sum them up, basically, Hearts Under Fire are one of the best bands in the UK, signed or unsigned. A group that can write emotional songs, but don't forget to bring the risk, thanks to the guitarist Cat. That also have a sense of melody that rivals Foo Fighters and Paramore. If you're looking for a band that can hit the right notes without being too emotionally over the top, and also to cause you to play out random lyrics from their songs at random times, which may have happened to me every now and again, seek out Hearts Under Fire. Honestly, if I'm going to recommend songs, I'd recommend their entire 2015 debut album, Outlines. But if you're looking for individual songs, go for This Can't Be Love, Not, or the song of theirs that I first heard before I saw them for the first time supporting Sugar Coma back in, I think it was 2013. We've Come Too Far to Live in the Past. This band are absolutely incredible. They've had a hiatus for about a year. Hopefully they're going to be getting sort of collaborating again soon and working on some new material. We need Hearts Under Fire back in our lives, and you need them in your life in the first place if you've not checked them out. So there you have it, 10 bands for you guys to go check out. Hopefully you'll enjoy all of them. If not all of them, at least one of them would be good. I apologise that last week I didn't get many videos up. Basically what happened was I had, if I can find it, basically I had one of these, like an adapter, as you see, to put the mic and speaker in. Now the problem was, the reason I had to get one of them is because I bought a new laptop last year and it only has one audio jack. Fantastic design for when you're making videos. Anyway, I had this in. I'd done my show last Sunday, not Sunday just gone, the Sunday before, and yeah, as you may be able to see, I don't know if you can see that, the jack, the pin, broke off inside the audio jack, and I've not been able to actually get it out. So contacted the laptop people, and they told me they wanted £132 to get that fixed. I don't have £132 right now, so I ordered myself a USB 3D sound card thing and using that. So if this video seems like sounds not 100% on this, it's probably because it's a different sound card I'm going through. I do apologise about that, but we'll try and get back on schedule with the videos. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Feel free to check out the Patreon and the rest of the channel. Feel free to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.